on Iwtv News.
Students and seizures on campus. Can you recognize the signs? Know what to do? Cap and gown prep work. Spring graduation getting closer and closer. You ready? A night to remember. The men's basketball team a final farewell in style. Spring fever, catch it. That's right, friends. Warm weather can't get here too soon enough.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Hello and welcome to our latest edition of Iwtv News. I'm J.J. Davis. And you know, I recently got back from the annual spring State of the College address by the good Dr. Kinney and friends. And as always, it's an enlightening experience. Speaking of enlightening, epilepsy, seizures, if you happen to witness it on campus, do you know what to do? The hallways and classrooms at Iowa Western are always bustling with activity. Students' needs are met when it comes to coursework. But what about medical needs, emergencies? Roxanne Cogill from the Epilepsy Foundation Iowa educates the faculty on epilepsy and seizures.
1 out of every 10 people will have a seizure in their lifetime, and 1 out of every 26 will develop epilepsy. So people live with epilepsy everywhere. Many faculty at colleges and universities are welcome to the opportunity to be educated on epilepsy and seizures because they've had very little education. One faculty member said, "I've had several students with seizures, and this would have been great to have at the beginning of his career."
We knew that it was a possibility. It was not totally apparent. It was a little subtle, but we noticed that he had slumped down in his seat and was unresponsive. He never lost consciousness. His mother had actually given us some instruction. Since he never lost consciousness, we gave him some room. The students, we concluded class, and then I helped him out into the hallway.
One of the things that I thought was best about it is we learned a lot about different types of epilepsy and ways to help students who suffer that medical condition. And so our policy has always been is to get a proper medical help, and that's calling 911. After this presentation this morning, we'll look at our policy because maybe that's not exactly the best thing to do.
There are 2 main websites. Our National Epilepsy Foundation website of epilepsy.com and our Iowa website, epilepsyiowa.org, has information on our Iowa program services and advocacy efforts, and we do have a foundation staff and team in Nebraska as well. We hope this makes a difference to provide a better quality of life for people with epilepsy so bystanders know how to recognize and properly respond to a seizure.
And so the administration, faculty, and of course students can go about their daily routine confident that should signs of epilepsy, seizures occur, knowledge is in place to seize the situation and know what to do. My wife had a seizure. It scared me and the kids half to death. All I knew what to do is call 911. But after hearing Roxanne from Epilepsy Foundation Iowa, I do now. Number 1, stay with the person, and if you can, start timing the seizure. Usually lasts 1 to 3 minutes. Remain calm and check for possible medical ID. 2, keep the person safe. Move or guide away from harmful objects. 3, turn the person on their side if they're not awake and aware. Don't block the airway. Put something small and soft under their head. Loosen tight clothes around the neck. 4, do not put anything in their mouth. Don't give water, pills, or food until the person is awake. 5, do not restrain. 6, stay with them until they're awake and alert after the seizure. Now, most end in a few minutes. If they last longer than 5 minutes, then call 911. It was an eye-opening listen to. I hope this helps everyone here in Reaver Country. The goodbye game for the men's basketball team adds up into the hundreds. That's right. The ending isn't too bad either. But first, the final countdown. Sophomores getting their act in order to graduate when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses.
You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late...
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt,
Such a weirdo.
excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Happens every spring. Graduation in Riva Arena. Emotional, not just for the students, but for their families and teachers as well. How's it coming? Are you ready? As I like to say, life is coming. You have all your ducks in order? You need some help?
Warm weather is on the way, and Iowa Western students are warming up for graduation.
Really getting ready for graduation, they simply need to apply. That's the biggest thing. There's an application that's available on the student portal. It's an online process, just takes a couple minutes to fill out. Of all the applications we received so far, there's probably been a couple dozen that actually weren't prepared to graduate. So then what happens for those students, I send them an email and I copy their advisor, so the advisor is aware as well. And I include a degree audit so that they can see what's missing.
So I applied for graduation the week that, the second week that it came out. And basically I got an email the next Monday, and I came back saying that I had to add one class because I was shy 1 credit.
For students worried about the upcoming ceremony, one event can help ease the stress.
So the next thing that's coming up would be Grad Fest. and that's on March 3rd, and that's a kickoff event for students that want to participate in the ceremony. They can come there and get measured for their cap and gown. Anybody that's graduating is welcome to come because everybody can get a free t-shirt. It's really just a kickoff event for cap and gown measurement, and so it's meant to be just a fun moment for them to stop by. Like I said, financial aid will be there, so if they're getting financial aid, they can talk to them about loan deferment or starting the repayment process. PTK has a table there, that's Phi Theta Kappa. So if they are going to be members of that, or they are members, then they can find out how to order a sash or a tassel to wear at commencement. We give away the free t-shirt, and then we take the photos, the thank you photos for the video. So if they don't get measured for their cap and gown there, then they can still go to the college store for the month of March to get measured.
We're graduating now, literally in the next 3 months. So the stress level is very high, especially just keeping up with all my classes.
I'm trying to relieve the stress. There's several students that haven't applied for graduation yet, and so I'm actually going through a process that I'm looking for students that are eligible to graduate, and we're applying for them, and then we send them an email. So I'm trying to alleviate the stress of, oh my gosh, it's May and I never applied for graduation, and now I want to walk in the ceremony and it's too late and all of that. So I'm trying to be proactive on their part so they won't have that stress at least to deal with.
For help with graduation, you can contact your advisor, and be sure to attend GradFest 2020 to plan ahead. For IWTV News, I'm Mandy Applegate.
Thanks, Mandy. Spring thaw for all. Spring fever? Sketchy. The last hurrah. Sophomore night for the men's basketball team. After the break.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where the cats go on vacation? New York.
I decided to come to Iowa Western because it was one of the only places in the area that offered the dental hygiene program. In my time at Iowa Western, I'd have to say it was definitely a challenging experience. There was a lot of hard work that went into the 2 years that I was here, but it was definitely worth every second of it. My favorite moment in the dental hygiene program was sorry, I get teary. Getting to be involved in the community as far as volunteering with Iowa Mission of Mercy and helping underserved population.
I worked with, they were second graders at Iowa School for the Deaf, and we were able to work with them for 5 weeks, teaching them how to brush their teeth and improve their oral health, and teaching them about just oral health in general and teeth, and just seeing the expressions on their face when their plaque scores went down was really awesome.
I picked this profession because I love helping people. I wanted to be in the medical field, and at one point I had gone to a free dental clinic and I was shown compassion by the dental professionals there, and that was something that I wanted to be able to return.
Being able to have patient rapport, being able to see the improvements in oral health, being able to educate my patients and have them get excited about not just their oral health, but their overall health.
I made a lot of great friends who I'm still friends with today that were in the program. I had amazing teachers. They were all very passionate about what they do, and I had just a great time being able to go out into different areas, you know, whether it was a like a community health center, or if it was a dental clinic or Sealands in North Omaha, it was always something that was exciting, and it was a great experience. It was a blessing.
It's a hard program that has a lot of expectations, but once you get through the program, you'll be very proud of the letters behind your name and being able to have a profession that you can be proud of, that you can help people.
I don't know, I guess there was just a lot of dedication, and I just enjoyed, I guess, finding my passion in my career.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
It's been an interesting season for these guys, and I think they tell you that. But through it all, this bunch has persevered. The Iowa Western men's basketball team closes out its home schedule as the Reavers gearing up for the playoffs. Now, to watch this team is to know it can be done.
Sophomore night at Iowa Western, the Reavers honor 7 players as they battle Division II North Central Missouri. Opening minutes, Caleb Huffman gets Ida on the board, but the Pirates sail out to a 12-5 lead. JT Brown for 3. The home team responds. Huffman down the lane. Big Blue grabs a 16-14 lead. A little later, it's the Caleb Huffman show. The sophomore breaks a scoreless tie. Huffman from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, cruises past the defender for 2 of his game-high 30 points. Iowa Western by 3, 50-47 at the break. Second half, Jalen Dalcourt gets in on the action. Josiah Strong then kicks it to an open Trez Ruffin. 59-55, good guys. The visitors not going away. Batavian Butler finds an open Damian Lloyd. 65-all. Coach Johnette and the Reavers counter back. Huffman across the lane to KT Thornton, who buries it. 79-76, Iowa Western. Ida running and gunning. Thornton on the breakaway. Hammers 2 of his 22. In transition again, Strong stuffs in another. Iowa Western sails past the Pirates 102-91.
You're going to have to beat them for the 40 minutes. There's a belief that a team has when they've only lost 2 times all year, and you have to show them the loss. And our kids, to their credit, did that. If you can get some rim pressure, which we had early in the ballgame, now they start to suck in a little bit. You got some perimeter looks, but we didn't settle for just perimeter looks.
It was an energy starter. You know, I'm the smallest guy on our team, so anytime I could do something like that to get us going, you know, I'm all here for it. You know, I'm pretty nonchalant, but you know, that was one that, you know, I knew that would get us going.
It was good to have a good home crowd tonight. It really I don't know, it was like we had an extra teammate out there almost.
The dunks were created off defense. You know, you mentioned the run that they kind of got. The run they got, they started scoring the ball in the interior some. I was a little disappointed with it. They kind of settled themselves and got some easier baskets, and we finally were able to clog up those lanes for 1 or 2 steals, and again, that kind of set us free down the stretch.
The Reavers finished the year 11-3 at home. Iowa Western closes out the regular season on the road at Cloud County. For Iwtv Sports, with the help of Adam Ireland, I'm Riley T.
Thanks, Riley. Okay, so it's playoff time, baby. The regional semifinal is set. Third-seeded Iowa Western travels to Southeastern to battle the number 2 Blackhawks. Now, they split during the regular season. The Reavers win here, the Birds win there. So it's time for the rubber match. I really like this team. It's a bunch of good guys. And as my dad used to say when I was younger, come home on your shield. Meanwhile, the women close out their regular season by dismantling McCook 62-53. Next up, the Region 11 Championship game in Reaver Arena, Saturday, February 29th at 5 o'clock. The indoor track and field team closes out its season at the Regional Championships in Buena Vista. Now, the men's and women's teams both finished second. Christine Irving, a big meet, wins both the 200 and 400. Sierra Coward takes top honors in the high jump. The super sophomores now qualified for 4 events at the national meet. Kiana Estima, first in the long jump. I can go on and on. 600-meter champ, and Amaya Clark ties the school record, finishing second in the 60-meter dash. Shania Parkinson, second in the shot put with the PR, a personal record. And then on the men's side, Sean Kiptu wins the mile, then the 5K, almost pulls off a crazy triple, finishing second in the 3K run. So overall, what a performance by the Iowa Western indoor track team. And the coach?
Up and down. Obviously, I mean, we go into the meet wanting to win. We want to go in and fight for a championship, which we did, and we fought hard. So I was extremely happy with the way our team performed, and extremely happy with how they competed there. But obviously, you know, just being a competitor, you want to go in and you want to win. And so we've got some work to do. Just kind of seeing that switch over, and then just taking a lot of the momentum from the indoor season to the outdoor season. Our kids have really, really competed. They've put together some good performances, and they're getting better at the right time. And so to see a lot of those kids in the depth and to be able to see some speed on the track that's going to go into a 4x1, and to see what we're putting together indoor in the 4x4 to move that outdoor, like it all comes together.
So next up, the national indoor meet, and then the outdoor season. Now remember, the women's team won the plaque at the regional meet last year. And coach? All wet. And with spring on the way, how about some basketball? That's right, the perennial juggernaut just rolls on. Raritan and the Reavers smoke NEO 7-0, 8-6 on day 1. Day 2, Big Blue splits with Crowder. Again, what, 28 runs in 4 games? Not too shabby. Iowa Western now 8-2. And finally, this message for Mother Nature. Yeah, when is spring coming? Music to our ears? How about it? On the other side.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt
wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
Every now and then we're getting teased by Mother Nature. Lukewarm one day, freezing cold the next couple. And so it goes as we approach the end of February 2020. Now, how do you think the students feel? They feeling it as well? Well, you can bet your bottom dollar. So there you go. The month of February is in the books. Next up, March Madness. And after that, spring break, as life is just springing by. And so for this latest edition of IWTV News, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
IWTV is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.